that's when we may get trailer 2 or...
Hey, my name's Nathan, this is the Future Game Show, and with the first Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer still fresh in everyone's minds, JJ and Dan from GTA Sleuthing podcast, GTA 6 Oclock, are asking the very important question, when are we getting another one? Unbelievable. Greedy. It's just greedy.
Okay then, it's time for the big question. Trailer 2, GTA 6 Trailer 2, when will it be released? And I think to get a good sense of this, we can look back at the history of some of other Rockstar's games, you know, like GTA 5 and that kind of thing. Where were their beats? How does it all translate? We can kick off with GTA 5, the one that we're most familiar with.
Yeah.
And some of these things are mind-blowing that I had to go and check because the dates are ludicrous. But the first GTA 5 trailer was released 2nd of November 2011. So that was, 13 years ago?
Yeah, wow, yes. Oh, well, yeah.
When we were doing this show?
Yeah.
That's probably when GTA 5 Oclock kicked off. Well, actually, it was before then, in fact, I think. So that trailer came out, had no release date on it. It was then another 8 months until we got 2 screenshots of GTA 5, which was in the 12th of July 2012. And there was then another month, so 9 months since trailer 1, where we got some more screenshots and more drops throughout of that month, actually. Like August 2012 was quite big for GTA 5 screenshots. A year on the 5th of November was a trailer 2 announcement of when the date, trailer 2 is going to drop on this date. And then it actually dropped on November 14th. So basically a year, pretty much exactly a year since the first trailer was when we got trailer 2. That's also when we got some previews and screens of GTA 5 when certain outlets were allowed to go and see a very thin vertical slice of the game.
Yep.
If I remember rightly, it was the FIB tower. It was not a heist, but there was a helicopter. People were rappelling down the sides of the buildings and smashing through the windows. You can see a bit of that mission in the trailer, I think, that they released. But it was basically the trailer was a reflection of the previews.
Yeah.
So that was a whole year after trailer 1 was how the GTA 5 timeline went. And then, as we all know, the game came out on the 17th of September 2013. So that's the history of the GTA 5 media drops. There were some other bits and bobs in between there and after those dates, but those are the significant ones I think are worth looking at. We could then look at Red Dead 2, the first trailer for Red Dead 2, 20th of October 2016, which did actually have a fall 2017 release date on it. Mm-hmm. Again, 7 months until the first screenshots, and then 4 months after that, trailer 2 came out on the 28th of September 2017, dating a spring 2018 release. So there's 11 months between the trailers there, which so far, I will admit, is not boding well for content that we're going to get pretty soon about GTA 5. However, there is a silver lining if we go all the way back to the GTA 4 campaign, which I think, if we are basing this on GTA 6 is going to come out in 2025 and in the March, the January to March window, that if we're going by Rockstar's financials and all of that kind of stuff. So if we're assuming that it's going to come out in March, the GTA 4 structure of beats seems to fit better. So they had their first trailer on the 29th of March 2007. It had no release date at all, not even a year on it, like just nothing. It was just a trailer for GTA 4. Some screenshots came out at the same time, which were pretty much reflective of the trailer, which makes me a little surprised that they didn't do this for GTA 6. Like, there's enough screenshotable things in that trailer, or like slight variations of it, that could have been released as screenshots, but we didn't get any. I mean, essentially we have got screenshots because you take screenshots of every single shot of the trailer, but as we know, they're not quite in-game shots. they're a little bit more staged and stuff. So maybe that's why they didn't come out. Following on from that, it's 3 months until trailer 2, which came out on the 28th of June 2007. Still no date on it at all. 4 months later, on July 25th, we get the first previews of GTA 4. And then 9 months from the release of the original trailer, there's trailer 3. Still no date. And then 1 year after the release of the first trailer, we get trailer 4, which was on March the 28th, 2008, where it finally dates the game for April the 29th of that year. And then it did come out on April the 29th of that year, 2008. So that is a short, condensed timeline of releases there. It's basically quite a few trailers, quite a few regular content drops, previews in the middle of it, and a year from trailer 1 coming out to the game launch, a year and a bit, which, if we put that into the release calendar of GTA 6, would follow a similar pattern on such a condensed timeline like that, if they are in fact still targeting March 2025.
Yeah, assuming they want to slot it within that fiscal year, which is their most important internal deadline or milestone, essentially. What I would say about all of this is, and it is fascinating to see how they've done it before, I feel like much like stock market analysis, past performance does not indicate the future.
Correct.
But except when it does, because sometimes things happen again and it looks like a pattern. And I think there are bits of this we can take. The overlay I would put onto all of this that I think is fascinating, particularly when looking back at GTA 4, this will catch you on the hop, but I was fascinated as I was Googling it. When the GTA 4 trailer was first released in March 2007, do you know how old YouTube was?
Do I? Didn't YouTube start around the early 2000s?
Yeah, now I don't want to catch you on the hop because I wouldn't have known either. So this blows my mind. YouTube officially launched on December the 15th, 2005. So that means the GTA 4 trailer, YouTube was less than 2 years old when it came out. What? Like, that blows my head off. And the world of 2007, and I know because I'm that old that I worked through it, this was a world still dominated by magazines, where the web was the emerging renegade medium. You work for a website, whoa, the way information was disseminated was entirely different. And I think what would happen then is there would be these big chunky trailers, everyone would see them, but they would be like given out to the press to disseminate the information first. There was not the ecosystem of social media, fan accounts. You know, even Reddits were a different beast back then, and the structure for delivering Reddits. I mean, and again, to contextualize it, without being too self-aggrandizing, GTA 5 Oclock was one of the first solo game successful shows on the entire internet, right? And that was 2012. We pioneered this format that everyone does now for lots of games, right? That was the thing we did back then. That now it's over a decade old. So will Rockstar be able to follow these patterns is a question mark, because the way media's reported has changed. Will they do things like it's a new trailer alongside an exclusive press invite? They might well do, and I hope they do, because I'd like to go and see it, please, Rockstar. But what they could also do, or do they open it up to a way where they go, 50 influencers have seen it, or we've got all these people to remix these different things? It will be unlike any way they've ever operated before, but in the new world, they have different options available to them, which could change the paradigm of what we'd seen in the past. But will they? I don't know. And I also think the more they expose themselves to the world of influencers, social media, I guess one-off creators who they may have less of a relationship and or a holdover, essentially, it's risky for them. Because these people
want those clicks, right?
Yeah, and they can say any old shit, right, to get the clicks. And I think that's dangerous for Rockstar. So I get the impression, and this is the way the company has always been, they like to, there's a term about, you sell the sizzle, not the sausage, where everyone wants the smell of the sausage and the sizzle. They don't want to know how a sausage is made because it's really depressing and not that exciting. So Rockstar don't often like to talk about the process and to get deep into it. They like the mystique of this thing dropping out of the sky and everyone just going, wow, look at this thing, behold the thing. The more people, atomize it, give up secrets and kind of ruin it and saturate it, it's less special.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Rockstar will want to retain a little bit of that. So, sorry, that's a very long-winded way of saying we can take some indications from this brilliant, timeline investigation work, but how will it be delivered? I don't know. The other overlay is Rockstar don't even control their own timeline. They haven't controlled any of the GTA 6 timeline because it's all been leaked for them.
Yeah.
What if Trailer 2 gets leaked?
Well, I'm imagining they're going to have a very different approach to how they do Trailer 2 as the way they did Trailer 1. But, I mean, that sort of ties into, like you mentioned with GTA 4, like back then, and how the world of the media has changed. Like, back then, the trailers were, they would be hosted on Rockstar's sites. As like, you have to go to their website to watch it. It wasn't put across all of... I mean, it was obviously put across YouTube and all that stuff. But the main point of the call was like, go to rockstargames.com/GTA4 and you'll get to watch the trailer. That's where you can download it. That's where you can get all that stuff from. It could be that they go back to a way of going, the only way to control this not leaking is to put it on our own media platforms, like our own websites, and get people to come there. The problem with that is, as we saw, as soon as it gets released, you only have to look at the YouTube numbers. They've got 100 million people trying to access their website. It's likely it's going to fall over, and the servers won't be able to cope with doing all that stuff. So it's a chicken and egg thing. Like, what do they do? I think what they do is they just upload the trailer privately, don't put it as a YouTube premiere, and then just flick the switch, and then it just goes out. When they're saying, hey, it's 5 o'clock today, it'll be on our YouTube channel, you just then flick it manually. Rather than...
If I was at Rockstar, I would put the trailer on not a CD, but you know what I mean? I would have it on some kind of physical device that can only be a suitcase that can only be opened with my own blood. So Sam Houser has to give his eye DNA and blood, and then he presses it live 2 minutes before the thing. How else can they prevent leaks? But I think you're actually right. They just were a little bit... They probably have... taken some learnings from the way the GTA 6 trailer was disseminated, and won't be doing that again.
No, I don't think they will. All in all, if we look at the release dates of GTA 4 and how it might relate to GTA 6, given all the things we've already discussed, if they're going on a similar timeline, the GTA 6 trailer was released on December 4th, put all of our algorithms into the machine, 3 months... It was from the GTA 4 trailer 1 to trailer 2. So 3 months from now is about 40 days away at the time that this show is going out, March the 4th-ish. That's when we may get trailer 2 or some screenshot drops or something else to keep the train rolling down the tracks. If there is a trailer, I don't think it's going to have a date on it. I think it would still say 2025. They don't want to commit to anything too early. There'll be more non-gameplay like clips, so it'll be very much like trailer 1. Some lead characters saying some things in what could be cutscenes, very stylized shots, that kind of thing. Could it be combined with a short vertical slice or like hands-off previews for selected members of the press? Yes. The timeline would fit, as a first look. If we get to March and it's releasing 12 months time from that date, it makes your window for doing, if you want to do any kind of previews and then another trailer and then some screenshots, there isn't a lot of time in between all the other major beats of the year. Now, like Gamescom, you're going to have Summer Game Fest, and there are a lot of things going on where you can only pick certain months. It does quite restrict that timeline down. If they are still targeting some time between January and March 2025, and internally they're listening to this going, the fools, we're not going to release it until October, November. We've got ages.
So there you have it. If you enjoyed that clip, why not check out the full podcast over on the GTA 6 O'Clock YouTube channel with a new episode at 6 p.m. GMT every Wednesday. We've dropped the links below and we'll have clips and highlights from the show right here on the FGS channel too. Oh, I tell you, we're too good to you.